So I just wanted to pre-record this video because I'm not going to be able to record anything in the coming days for like over the weekend because I'm going to spend time with my son, and he's the most important thing to me in my life, truly. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. I I have him every other weekend, but I also spend time with him and his mother, like a lot actually. We love spending time together. So I'm a little tired today, but I wanted to record a little talk because I think it's okay to see me when I'm tired. I've spent like the whole day cleaning, so you know that feeling, right? You've been cleaning and then you just tired. So I'm gonna take a nap after this talk. But I was thinking that this YouTube channel has is making me more courageous. It's keeping me accountable, and I don't want to cover the same topics all the time. I want to cover me evolving into something, because every day I'm learning something, pushing myself, or having some sort of epiphany, or yeah, whatever. And what I've found out is that this, like, sitting here in front of the camera and being 100% honest is very hard. It's very difficult. And I was wondering, why is that? Why is it difficult to be 100% honest? Why is it difficult to be authentic? And I think it all starts with being true to yourself and being truthful when you like think about your life and where you are right now. So when I made the previous video on semen retention, I think it's a very difficult topic to cover because I know I'm at risk of falling back into those bad habits. And if that happens, then it'll be extremely difficult for me to turn on this camera and then record me if I'm at my lowest point. And well, I don't know if I have experienced my lowest point in life yet, but I believe for now that I have, and I'm on the way. Like, I've grown out of the most of my bad habits, and especially that topic. So I believe that I have so much experience now that in those areas it would be very difficult for me to like take that many steps back. I don't think I can even. That's how life works. You experience a lot of things. Well, and that's one of the points. When you experience something, when something happens to you in your life, or you find yourself in a place where you don't want to be and you don't like how you feel, that is where where that is where you have like the two roads. You can either be 100% honest and make a change, or you can keep lying to yourself. And I found myself lying to myself many times in life. The thing is, when you lie to yourself about a certain area in your life, that thing will only become worse and worse and worse, and the pressure will build and build and build until you face it, like facing your fears. And when you face it, it dissolves. And you get to do something about it. And then you can look back and say, oh, I was lying to myself all along. So circling back, when I turn on the camera, I want to be 100% honest. And I think every viewer, myself included, sometimes listen back to these talks. I can tell if I'm not being honest. And I have in all my videos this far been 100% honest about what I was talking about. So when I know that I'm being 100% truthful to myself, and I stand by my values and my principles, and I respect myself as a human being, as a person, then it doesn't matter who is watching me, because no one can call me out on anything. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to be shameful of. And that reflects in the way that you interact with people. People, everyone can instinctively feel if something's up, something's wrong. It only takes a glimpse. You can see it in the person's eyes, or in the face, or their expression. And I believe, that's what's called first impressions. And sometimes first impressions are wrong because you are projecting your own shit onto others and make it like so you don't actually see the person. You're actually just in your own head trying to create a story about what the other person is or isn't to make yourself feel better. But that's also a part of the bigger picture of not being honest with yourself. If you're constantly picking people apart and saying what's wrong with them, or you always have something to say about a person. You always know how to belittle them. Then basically it has nothing to do with them. It's just because you don't want to focus on yourself. And you won't admit that maybe you're a bit jealous. Maybe you don't. Maybe you wish you had the thing that person which you are, whom you are like attacking verbally. You wish you had that. But instead of feeling those deep feelings of insecurity and faults and imperfections, you attack the person. No. Like the offense is the best defense, right? If you just keep attacking, you don't have to focus on what you could be doing or why you are attacking that person. So that's what I try to live by. Is if someone makes me feel a certain way, something negative, I always try to take inventory, inquire, like, why does the person make me feel that way? But it's become natural now. Like, if someone does something amazing or awesome, I applaud them because I know what it takes to build. I know how hard it is to keep building a skill or to keep doing something long enough to be able to master something. Not that I have mastered anything. But I don't start to attack them because they make me feel insecure. And they don't make me feel insecure. I hope you get it. I hope you understand that. The subtlety of what another person makes you feel is ultimately always something you make you feel. You are always your worst enemy, and you will always be able to be your own best friend, guiding yourself. But if you don't have the capacity or have developed the capacity to be honest with yourself, then you will be a liar. And if you are a liar at heart, like we all to some extent are, some more than others, then you will be terrified that people might find out who you are. You will be terrified that people find out that you are a small person inside. And just realize this. We are all a very small person on the inside, right? We were all put on this earth suddenly. We didn't choose it. And we all have to find out what we're going to do in this life. And when you're born into most modern societies, you are put in different institutions throughout your life, and in your 20s, you will be spit out into the workforce, serving your country. Not military-wise, but working normal jobs. And a lot of people don't like it, but they don't know that there is a different path that they can take, because if you've been trained into following a certain structure your entire life, it's very difficult to break out of that cycle. And if you don't want to break out of it, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm just ranting again. All right. So I believe it's always a very good idea to train your self-enquiry, your self-honesty. Spending time, you can write it in your journal, or you can just sit quietly in a room. You can take a shower. Sometimes those shower thoughts, they can be filled with wisdom, because all of a sudden you are not consuming a lot of content or doing something in your day, or just following the daily cycle. Taking a shower is like a sort of meditation, because you don't do anything other than feeling. You feel the warmth or the cold of the water, and then there's time for your brain to actually come up with some intuition and some truth. So yeah. So that's why I really love making these videos, because it's like a shower for the soul. Some sort of release. Now, when I spend time with my son, all the puzzle pieces fall into place. He is my everything. I love him so deeply, and I respect him, and he inspires me to be the person that I once was, and I am taking all the steps to become a better version of that boy, I was truly free. And I don't think it's unobtainable. Actually, I know it isn't. It's just that you have to take all the steps in the right direction. So he inspires me because he is 100% open, and he is this happy-go-lucky kid, and he likes to like tease you and see how you react. He's almost 3 years old, so it's the perfect age for him to like push all the right buttons and see how people react to him. And I guess when you become an adult, you do that too, but you just do it in a more sophisticated manner, or not. And also be very obvious. But as he grows older, as he grows up, his mom and his dad, which is me, we are going to be his main role models, whether we are bad role models or good role models. We will inspire him no matter what, because we are part of his life, and we were like his main caretakers. So he will, to some extent, become us until he becomes himself. And because he is male and I'm male, he will most likely be taking a lot of pointers from me, like subconsciously. That's also a big part about the self-inquiry. What have you picked up from your mom and dad which you actually need to let go of in order to become your own person, truly your own person, like all the bad shit. So it's my job to show him what it means to be at peace with yourself. And I can't tell him that words don't mean shit. It doesn't matter what your parents or your best friends tell you. You have to show it, and you have to live it, and you have to be it. Let me make an example. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, you get it? Like, it can be felt. Honesty and authenticity can be felt. It can't be said. I really mean it. No, I really mean it. I'm serious about this. Like, you can tell the difference, right? So I want to teach my son how to like put out my chest, breathe in life, be happy, be joyous, and have some goals, and also acknowledge that in the end it doesn't really matter what you do. It's just who you are. And what I'm trying to say is that we're all going to die, right? So material possessions don't mean shit. But that doesn't mean that material possessions can't make life easier, because it can. When you have monetary problems most of your life, that's a major stressor. And it can ruin your life. So not having money problems can at least make sure that the money problems don't destroy you. So I need to show him that you can actually take care of finances whilst being happy. And I will of course try to have some conversations with him, and ultimately I acknowledge that life is a process and suffering is part of it. And he will have to make 1,000 mistakes, millions of mistakes, and end up on some wrong paths. It's just my job as a father to make him conscious of the process and let him know and show him that you actually have something to say. You have some power in what you do, and you can always change your path. And when it's all said and done, I can only share wisdom by showing it and answering his questions. But in the end, if he chooses to become a drug addict, then that's what's gonna happen. I will not be able to stop him. But I do believe that if he truly feels safe with me, and he knows that I love him, that will be the foundation for him knowing that he doesn't have to escape anything. There is nothing to escape. So my son is also a major factor in something that pushes me to become a better person, so that I can become a better father. And that's why it's awesome to put the camera down, no, put the camera up and start recording and just take inventory of my thoughts and emotions and my current standing in life. There's been a lot of crises in my family life, which has led me to major self-destruction in the past, because I couldn't cope with my family being bombed into pieces in so many ways. It has been horrible, and things are just not the same. And a very clear physical manifestation of this is that everyone has sold all their homes. And right now I just lost my family's vacation home in Sweden, which we went to since I was a little baby, and throughout my entire life. It was one of those places where I truly found peace, and a place where I could reset, and it would remind me the simple stuff in life, because I had so many memories where I was present. I was a kid, I was a teenager there, I was all the phases of my life leading up to this. I was also spent some time in that summer house. And now it's gone. They sold it because my mother and her brother couldn't agree on what to do with the house, and they were supposed to inherit it. But to me it wasn't surprising, because things like that has happened all over my family in different areas. And it's just, it can be felt that things just aren't right. And I can't change any of that. But what I can do is break the cycle of dishonesty and inauthenticity and being lost. And that gives me hope. So hopefully, and right now what I'm seeing is that my son is a very happy boy. And if I can give him the tools and aid him until the day I die, then maybe he will create a family where he will take the values I gave him and then make them better. And maybe in a few generations' time, or maybe he gets to be the first generation, he'll be part of communities where people aren't self-destructing like they are in today's society. Something's just wrong, you know? And I'm not saying I have all the answers, but when you start to wake up from addiction, you start to see that it was easy being buried in addiction, because then you don't have to look at the world in its current state, and look at your family's current state, and look at how you're stuck in some job you don't want to be stuck in, all these things. It's just so much more comforting to be stuck in some sort of addiction, whatever it may be, because then you don't have to think about it. Then you only have to be thinking about your next fix. I feel bad, I need my fix. I got the fix. Now I can relax. Oh, I'm starting to feel bad again. I need my next fix. When you're stuck in this cycle, then you're stuck in that cycle and you don't have to think about anything else. So breaking out of that cycle takes immense work. But the rewards are like infinitely better. Being stuck in an addiction cycle will only lead you to this. Let's see, this is the area. When you break out of it, yes, you will maybe feel worse, but you will also be able to feel better. So the depth or the height of being free from addiction is like, it can't be measured. So to me, it's better than being stuck in one state. Because when you're out of it, you have the potential to be something extraordinary, or something normal, or something where you feel a sense of joy. Yeah. So that's my rant, and I can't wait to spend time with my beautiful son. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring him in on one of these videos one day. Because I'm so proud of him and I love him to bits. All right, I hope you have I think I'll be posting this on tomorrow actually. So I hope you have a great weekend, and just follow your dreams, man. And just wherever you are, just know that you can always how do I say this? I don't know how to finish these because I don't want to say some bullshit. But I think you get the point. That you may feel stuck right now, but things can be better, and they will become better if you just find the courage to be authentic and be true to yourself. Ask the right questions and the right answers will come, and you'll be able to move forward. All right. See you in the next one. Peace.